What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Damn, sometimes I just hate being right. I've told people for a long time what the big holdup with Mayweather versus Pacquiao was. Some people choose not to believe me. First of all, if you listen to everything I've ever said about this fight on my channel, I give it to you raw down the middle. I want to see the fight. It's a great fight. It's been a great fight, and it's a fight that needs to happen. Now, you read some of these comments, and you could tell the person is clearly pro Floyd or the person is clearly pro Pacquiao. Y'all not gonna flip dumb shit. I get called, oh, you're a Flomo, because I state fact and support where I'm coming from. I'm a Flomo. So I challenge anybody. So if you want to win some money, if you want, I got $100 PayPal to anybody who can find a video that I did on my channel where I said I do not want to see Mayweather versus Pacquiao, or Pacquiao stands no chance in fucking hell to beat Mayweather. Because you're not going to find it. I'm telling you. But if you can find it and it's legit and authentic and it's my voice, I got $100 PayPal for anybody who found a video where I said that. Moving on. The real reason this fight has not happened. I'm not gonna say the real reason because I think there's a multitude of reasons, but one of the biggest determining factors, two words, Bob Arum. I should have said three words, Bob fucking Arum, because I want to cuss. I know some of y'all get mad when I cuss, but fuck you. This is interesting. Fight Hype just did an article and they had contact with someone who's on Team Pacquiao. Now, before I get into the article, and I challenge you guys to go read the article in its entirety out. You know what I mean? I'm not a babysitter. I'm not going to read the whole thing for you, but I'm going to read some excerpts for it. Go to Fight Hype. Shout out to them to read the article in its entirety. Now, before I get into it, I already know how a lot of people think. A lot of people who hate Floyd Mayweather to begin with, to the point where they won't give him credit for anything, and nothing he does is justifiable, and Pacquiao's a saint. For those people, you're already going to say, Fight Hype, no, they're pro Floyd, they're just so biased. But question yourself with this. If we know Fight Hype is a pretty big boxing outlet that has done work with plenty of fighters, Adrian Broner, and they do a lot of work with Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd gives them a lot of exclusives. So you think they just did some like National Enquirer shit and just made this up using Pacquiao's name? And we know Team Pacquiao has sued for slander, but you think on their website they just made it up and actually quoted people and just made up a whole story and ran with it? I've never seen anything that would lead me to believe that Fight Hype is going to embellish the truth in that way, to the point where they're so pro Floyd, where they're going to make up characters and make up statements from those characters, even though those people who are named in the video or in the article can look at it and say, hey, make a video saying, I didn't say that. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's stupid. A lot of you have these fucking conspiracy theories and stuff like, they didn't say that. Like you would know better than the person who was contacted. How the fuck you know what someone else sent an email to? Again, I don't do the tall tales and the conspiracy theories. Unless you have evidence, don't holler at me with no bullshit. Unless you know for a fact, people always be like, Floyd failed 3 drug tests. Ah. You know what I'm saying? Show me proof. And I don't want to see just dumbass articles, especially articles like, I know the article that people are talking about, where Golden Boy and Team Mayweather or whatever sent a cease and desist order to the person who wrote that article. So I don't want to see that. I want to see like good, credible facts that aren't being disputed. Now, if someone's saying, oh, Floyd failed 3 drug tests, and then there's a cease and desist, then it kind of loses credibility because you had to, you know what I'm saying, remove and you got challenged. So if someone could find something, some literature or an interview with the person in this video stating, hey, these motherfuckers at Fight Hype are bullshitting and lying, I ain't say that, then that's cool. Show me that and give me the links to that. But I'm going to run with this because, again, I haven't seen anything that would lead me to believe that Fight Hype is so pro-Floyd where they're going to lie and falsify and say somebody and list them. They didn't say like, oh, an anonymous Pacquiao team member contacted us and said, they said the motherfucker's name. So anyway, on the article, they said they were contacted by a representative, Franklin Jing. Gackle, a longtime Filipino lawyer and chief of staff for Filipino Congressman Manny Pacquiao, who is looking to set up a face-to-face meeting with Floyd Mayweather. According to the representative, Pacquiao is going to be in Mayweather's hometown in Vegas from December 30th to January 3rd and wants to speak with him in hopes of gathering evidence to prove that it's Pacquiao's own promoter, Bob Arum, not Mayweather, preventing the mega fight from happening. In Vegas from January 30th, January 3rd, I would love the chance to sit with Money Mayweather and bring the truth back to Manny Pacquiao. So Manny Pacquiao will know it has been Conks and Bob blocking all along, the representative wrote in a recent email sent to Fight Hype. Of course, this wouldn't be the first time Pacquiao has tried to convince Pacquiao that Arum is standing in the way of him getting the fight he truly wants. Earlier this year, several months prior to Pacquiao signing a 2-fight extension, Pacquiao publicly urged the Hall of Fame promoter to release the 8-division world champion from his contract to allow him to make the history by fighting Mayweather. So just go over to Fight Hype and read the whole article. And I remember exactly what they're talking about, where they were pleading for Bob Arum to release Pacquiao. Now, I'm not going to say Pacquiao's ducking because I think Pacquiao is a true warrior and he's a true fighter. I don't think he's ducking in the traditional sense, like, oh, I'm afraid of Mayweather. I don't think that. And I never really thought that. I think, more or less, this is just my opinion, Pacquiao is not the smartest businessman. He's a great person. He's a humble person. He's a likable dude. But I truly believe Pacquiao is not the greatest businessman. He's not business savvy. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy, if you read, I just watched this movie and I'll do a review on that. But he's a guy who comes from nothing, comes from poverty. He was saying in the movie that they were at war in the Philippines when he was, you know what I mean, when he was young and he was coming up, got violent with the rebels. So him and his family moved into town. He says he was scared of regular modern day technology like cars. He was like, what is that? I don't know what that is. He said in the movie that he's seen a TV and he thought people were in the TV. He didn't grasp the concept of it. So again, this is a guy who comes from nothing, comes from real life poverty. And he's kind of happy to be on, and he likes to let other people take care of his affairs. But in this situation, it's not a good look because he's not getting his ultimate demand. And I told people when he signed and re-signed with Top Rank, I'm not saying they haven't taken care of him, so don't re-sign, but at least he had plenty of time. Like, he signed, if I'm not mistaken, Pacquiao re-signed a 2-year extension before his contract had elapsed or expired. So he had time, you know what I mean, to weigh out his other options, try to contact Mayweather directly and his people to see if they can make the fight. But instead, he jumped the gun and re-signed with Top Rank, the sole entity that I feel has been the biggest roadblock. And I'm going to make a video where I'm exposing the Mexican dates. So look for that. It'll probably be the next video that I drop unless something else comes up. But I'm exposing that. And I ultimately think Manny Pacquiao is just not that great of a businessman. Floyd Mayweather says it all the time. Oh, I'm my own boss and stuff like that. And I know a lot of people try to spin it like, oh, if he's his own boss, why does he make the fight? But it's easier said than done. He could be his own boss all he wants. But if the representation for the other fighter is not cooperating, or they're making it difficult, or you have animosity towards them, then with business, there are other things that come about. You know what I'm saying? That's like, I've had certain channels talk shit about me. Boxing channels talk shit about me. Like, oh, da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they had to say about me. You think I'm in a rush to give them views? You think I'm in a rush to help them out, lend them a helping hand? So, using your common sense, why would Floyd Mayweather, if he's saying he's owed millions in back money that he never received from a crooked promoter, in his words, you know what I'm saying? Bob Arum, why would he be in a real rush to work with this man? You know what I'm saying? And again, I truly believe Pacquiao is kind of the victim of his own success. And watch the Manny movie, man. It might be an eye opener for it. Like, they were talking about Michael Conks. A lot of people just even on Pacquiao's team didn't like him. Alex Ariza, a lot of people didn't like Alex Ariza. They're also talking about how Pacquiao's initial promoters were screwing him, and they were doing side deals without his knowledge, and Pacquiao wasn't getting what he was rightfully owed. You know what I mean? And he had to break away from that management. He had to sue him and all kinds of stuff. So I think Pacquiao truly is naive in terms of the business world, and you know what I'm saying. He's a true fighter. He's a fighter who, that's what he does. He fights. He's not into like legal matters and like, you know what I'm saying. He'll probably sign on the dotted line for a lot of stuff and just as soon have other people handle that. But when you're that big, other people might not have your best interest. Like, just look at it. The Fight Hype article or whatever. Who on the Mayweather team is really going against Floyd? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen recent, shout out to Dante's Boxing Nation, and there's been others, but they'll be in the Mayweather gym, and Dante will ask Senior, he'll say, Floyd Senior, what do you think about a Pacquiao fight or a Amir Khan fight even? You know what I'm saying? And Senior will say, man, them dudes don't, like, you know what I'm saying? He backs his son, period. He's not saying anything. He's not like, oh, Khan will give Floyd, he'll give Lil Floyd that work. You know what I'm saying? He's not reaching out to Fight Hype or Boxing Scene going against what his son is saying in terms of those fights. He's backing his son. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Roger Mayweather. Man, okay then. Most people don't know shit about boxing. You know what I'm saying? He's not, man, Pacquiao, he get his ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of responses you're going to get from Team Mayweather. And it's not just actual family members. You could ask other people in the Mayweather gym. Nobody's really just going against the grain and saying Floyd's blocking the fight. Meanwhile, you got people on Pacquiao's own team, Franklin Pacquiao, and they're telling you it's not Floyd, it's not Manny, it's Bob Arum. You know what I'm saying? So what situation? I know a lot of you guys just hate Mayweather, and this is not going to make sense to you, but what situation truthfully looks more sketch to you when you got people on TMT or whatever, and they're more or less playing their role, backing their guy and the person on their team, or a guy where little people in the past have spoken out about Pacquiao and Mayweather, like Freddie Roach even. Freddie Roach recently said we were at fault. This is on the Fight Game. This is not ego making shit up. I could give you guys and supply you with the link. Freddie Roach recently said on the Fight Game, and that wasn't the first time, but recently, we were at fault for the first negotiations breaking up and falling through. Freddie Roach said that. Alex Ariza has said stuff after he left, like, oh, Bob Arum, he's greedy. He only wants the money and da-da-da-da, and then he's on to the next thing. Now, Franklin Pacquiao, this is really his second plea in the last 14 months where he's saying Bob Arum's at fault and he wants to give Pacquiao the real truth, and he wants Pacquiao to get this shot and this opportunity. So, to me, it's clear as day what the main culprit is. And I'm not saying Floyd Mayweather hasn't done anything. I definitely think Floyd has done a lot to make this more difficult. You know what I mean? Like, you had certain roadblocks like the drug testing, and then all of a sudden the drug testing was no longer an issue. Pacquiao said, you know what, I'll swallow pride and I'll do the drug testing or whatever the situation was. And then Floyd came out with a different demand. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we only have to agree on these 2 or 3 things, and then the person agrees to those 2 or 3 things, now all of a sudden you have a 4th demand or a 5th demand. Of course, that's going to complicate things further, because lay it all out on the table. If you have 18 demands, lay them all out to begin with and then see where you're at. But don't say you have 2 demands, 3 demands, and then all of a sudden they agree to those 3 and then it's some more shit. So again, I'm not saying this is only Bob Arum, because on my channel I give it to you real. Like, I don't understand why some people y'all Ray Charles to the bullshit, and you act like I'm the most non-objective, biased person there is that's ever walked this fucking YouTube community and shit. But I'm giving it to you a fair shake on an even playing field. I'm telling you, it is multitude and multiple sides. But I think the biggest hindrance has always been Bob Arum. I really do. I feel that. You know what I'm saying? He's a promoter. If you look at it, he's the only motherfucker who's coming up and saying additional shit other than the 2 fighters. You know what I'm saying? He's the only one. I haven't heard Floyd Senior like, man, we'll fight Pacquiao when we build this outdoor stadium. He you know what I'm saying? They're not doing that. It's only Bob Arum. I have not, you know, I truthfully have not heard anyone other than the fighters. I'm not talking about the fighters. I haven't heard really any other roadblocks other than non-fighter, non-Pacquiao, non-Mayweather. I haven't heard any other roadblocks other than Bob Arum. I've never heard Roger Mayweather said, "Oh, Mayweather has a cut. He can't fight. He won't be able to fight Pacquiao right now." You know what I'm saying? He's not leg cramps. He never said no shit like that. But Bob Arum has said things like that. Oh, it's not enough time to promote. Oh, he has leg cramps. Oh, he had a cut in his last fight, so it's not going to be healed by then. Oh, we got this outdoor stadium. You know what I mean? But y'all can fuck around, believe whatever you want. Go read the article on Fight Hype. Shout out to them. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Who is at fault? Drop me a comment and explain yourself. Don't just put that dumb shit. I'm out. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like my video. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego. Signing off.